welcome to Worms and Warriors. This is Grand Tactician, the Civil War. We're at April the 30th, 1862. If you caught the last episode, you'll know there were some technical issues, and it's been a few days since the previous episode, so apologies if you were waiting for the new one to come out. I've had some problems with this. I'll quickly go into this. Just if you don't want to watch this part, obviously just skip ahead. This video will be chaptered. So what I actually ended up having to do is I had to save the save file. So I moved the save file out of the folder. I reinstalled the whole game because I played on off camera for a few days, and it's just like endless glitches and bugs, I guess you would call it, kept occurring in this game, and it was really annoying. I didn't really know how to resolve it other than that, so I've now reinstalled it. I've advanced time. I think we're about half a day past where we were, where I left the previous episode off, so nothing much has happened. Let me just quickly talk through what did happen. So you might recall Robert E. Lee decided to go on a wander up towards Lake Huron, right up here in the north, towards Canada, up here. No idea why. Before the battle at Washington was successful. And for some reason, Lee just decided he'd be going to Lake Huron, but I don't know why. Anyway, so that was that. And then, as he was coming back, he bumped into a Union army up here somewhere, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to withdraw, because for some reason it brought in Ewell's Corps into the fight, which was down here at Winchester. I don't understand why. Anyway, so I told him to retreat, and all that happened was that Ewell stood still here, and Lee started pulling back this way. We've got our troops here in Washington taking it, I think. I'm not even sure. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. There's orders waiting. I haven't given any orders. I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen here. So basically, just a little forewarning. If this doesn't work out, if we keep on having bugs going on in this episode here, I'll call this series a day, I think. Like, we shouldn't be saying this because this game's been out now for a long time, and there's no way you should be getting bugs like this in this game. But let's move on, and let's go on to the overview of what's been going on. We are pulling out of Missouri because there's too much Union activity. We can't contest that. We've been pushed out of Evansville. We only had a small force up there. It was Polk with 3,000 men. They're pulling back towards Hopkinsville. But, and we've also pulled out Joe Johnston from Cairo. We did capture Cairo, but there's nothing there. There's no supply there. So we pulled back to our supply base down here just north of Jackson. So the plan is going to be, we're going to push up and see if we can take on this army at Evansville, maybe with Jackson's force, or maybe we'll hang on a little bit and reinforce Polk with the guys we're recruiting into the reserve corps. It's going to be 10,500 men there. So, and there's actually another viewer unit coming in here. We've got the Kentucky Orphan Brigade under Helm, historical, which is nice, and a few other guys getting recruited in here. We've got Lucius Polk with a brigade from Arkansas, Preston with some guys from Tennessee, Slack, who is defamed, but I think he will right himself by the time these guys are ready for battle. If not, obviously we'll swap him out. 20 days for those guys, some cavalry coming as well, and another set of guns. Let's move across to the Eastern Theatre. I had another couple of unit requests for artillery. They've joined the Army of Virginia for now in the McGowan's division, but they're just recruiting in. We'll move them out. We've got the Savannah Brimstone Battery. I couldn't quite get the uniforms right because you can't change the kepi colour, the hat. So, you know, it's red, and that's just the way it is. And these boys, actually, it just so happened that this was red, and that's what you asked for. The guns of St. Barbara, so they're there. So we've got the Savannah Brimstone Battery, 24-pound howitzers, and the guns of St. Barbara. And you did request some different weapons, but we haven't got them at the moment, so 24-pound howitzers we'll have to do for now. The Kiwi Battery Heavy Artillery, I've changed those guys to all black, which I should have done in the first place, of course, the all blacks and all that. But yeah, so there we are. That's pretty much that. So let's just see what happens here. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know how it's going to work out, so let's just get started. Money's a problem. We're on BBB+. I think we're capturing Washington, but I genuinely, I don't really know. I don't know what orders are coming here. I didn't give any. Charles Clark to move out. What the hell? I don't really know. Honestly, I don't know. So he's moving out of there. What? Oh, yes, it's because I moved Jackson across. Yeah, I did give that order, so I'll let him off. We've got Longstreet and Jackson now in Washington. Longstreet with quite low readiness, but Jackson's fine. We've got Charles Clark moving across to support Ewell, who's got a small corps in the Shenandoah Valley. We do have some troops in these garrisons. We've got 1,700 men there. Oh, we're down to BBB. Jeez. This is not good news. We need to fix our finances. Oh, while we're talking about finances, let's just have a quick look here. We've got this trade node blockaded. I just want to have a quick look at it. I don't even know if it's doing it. I've never done this before. Yeah, it doesn't look very blockaded to me. Not blockaded. We've given blockading orders. We've got Sea Raider 3. Famous Sea Raider, strike fear into the hearts of the merchant sailors. And men willing to take the risk are harder to find. Allows blockading trade nodes. Import prices plus 50%. This is an elite Corsair fleet, but they're not doing it. Let's move them slightly and see if they do. I've also given them amphibious attacks, so we're going to attack forts with these guys as well. This is an okay fleet. It's under SEMS. We've got a couple of double enders, a couple of brigs, and a couple of steamers. I mean, I might stick another couple of steamers in here if this does anything. But for some reason, none of these are shown as blockaded, so I don't really know. Someone's withdrawn. Let's just see what's going on. Patterson withdrawn. Department of Pennsylvania. So they must have come at us at Washington, but not got the readiness for a fight. I know I've got him going over there, but I'm going to pull him. I'm just going to leave him here, I think. We'll leave him at Culpeper Courthouse. So you might recall, we had endless engagements here with the West Virginia militia, again, attacking us again and again, but not actually attacking us, just engaging us and then not fighting, you know, it's no good. Right. Is this blockaded now? Yes, it is. Oh, cool. So it does work, you just have to be right on it. Okay, can we see how blockaded? Not really. But it's also blockading towards Havana, 25%. France is also a 25% blockaded. That's awesome. And it's 63% blockaded towards Britain, so this hopefully is going to be causing them some trouble. Middle America also blocked. Awesome. I've never done that before, so that's something new. And that fleet's got the radar perk as well, so we can maybe take these forts, but I doubt they look pretty powerful. Possibly we could, if it had some ironclads in here, but I mean, we haven't got anything. We've got a couple of double enders and a couple of brigs. I mean, I doubt they're going to be able to pound a fort into submission. And just when I'm at it, actually, I've made a little reserve department down here, just in the Martin Smith. It's just a tiny little unit. 2,100 men. An infantry brigade come from New Mexico, so they're miles out, 50 days. Artillery come from Arizona, and some Florida cavalry. So, I mean, you know, it's going to be a while for those boys to get there, and that's absolutely fine. We've got 10,300 men going into the reserve corps. Now, do we move those guys into the Army of Kentucky under Polk? Or do we strengthen the Beauregard and Johnson? I'm not sure yet. We'll have a little think about that. Working towards ironclad gunboats here and medium carbines. I mean, I don't know. I will see how this goes. I mean, touch wood, I haven't noticed any more glitchering, so that's a good thing. Not that I'm trying to say glitchering is a word, but it's just what popped in my head. We've got these fleets on blockade mode mostly, just to extra experience. I don't understand why are they routing and retreating? We haven't fought a battle here. Well, Fort Monroe's almost repaired. We're almost ready for action here again with the James River Squadron as well. We've got the Jamestown and Pamlico just repairing a little bit more. Virginia is on 96%, so I mean they're getting pretty close to readiness. You might remember we captured a frigate and a sloop of war, which is a couple of nice prizes actually, really nice. Weapons, we've got some weapons on order. We've got 14-pounder James rifles, 84 days away. We've got Mississippi rifles, just 16 days away, nice. Lawrence rifles, some more of those, they're really good actually. 26 days away. Reboard muskets, 51 days. What else we got? Augustine rifles, 8 days. So we're going to have a few rifles arriving. Now we only ordered 5,000 of those, but again, that's 5,000 that we didn't have before. The Army of the Cumberland is up here. There's also the Camp Chase prison camp. And we've got our Army of the Northwest pushing up towards Wheeling just to cause a bit of a nuisance, to be honest. I mean, they're quite low on supply, but hopefully we'll just capture the supply depot and capture Wheeling in the process, and then we could even maybe... Oh, and here we are, Washington falls. The president flees. How embarrassing. So is this the beginning of the end now? Another city falls. Confederate victorious. So we've captured Washington here. This has got to be the beginning of the end, surely. We've also captured this hospital, which is really nice, so our guys are going to start recovering better. However, they're not just going to let that lie. They've got armies all over the place, and they're going to be coming at us. So I'm going to move up slightly to see if we can capture this depot, because we could do with some more supplies. The Richmond defense is going to stay here, I think, for now. Nobody ready in McGowan's force yet. Let's have a look what this has done to the morale. 39. It's always a bit of a slog towards the end of this war. I know we're only in 1862, but that's kind of generally where my campaigns seem to end, like summer 62, sometimes autumn 62, fall, I guess you American guys would call it. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how much further we've got going on. I mean, touch wood, no glitching so far. A change I would really like to see in this would be the ability to recruit garrison regiments, maybe, or battalions, whatever you want to call them, like battalion or regiment size units, rather than having to have a full brigade in here. Like, why have I got to have 1,800 men in this fort at Fort Donaldson? Like, it's behind the lines now. I'd be quite happy with a regiment in there, like, say, 500-600 men, whatever, rather than having to garrison it with a full unit, like a full brigade of troops, which, you know, is that really necessary? So we've got, like, actually 4,000 men, give or take, here in these 3 forts, which I'd much rather have in one of my armies, but it's just not possible, unfortunately. But that is one of the things I would really like to see changed. Because while I understand, obviously, some forts will need large garrisons, others will not. So we've got Bledsoe's battery here from Missouri. These were requested to be in this theatre from Missouri, but I'm going to move him across to join Barksdale's division in Ewell's Corps. I think they could do with a bit more artillery in that corps, since Clark's unit is a bit of a reserve force, if I'm honest. Yep, so we're taking the depot. That's nice. I'm going to send the Richmond Defense Force, who've got the siege perk. I'm going to send them to see if we can take Fort Washington. Ewell's recovering readiness. Nice. So is Longstreet. Alright, so here we are again. They've come at us with 17,900 men, and now I know for a fact, if we take this into a battle, he's gonna withdraw before it even starts. So to be honest, I'm not going to fight this on the battlefield because, like I say, he's just going to pull straight out there. We're going to auto-resolve this and just see what happens. We've printed bonds again. Yeah, so Army of Potomac is in retreat. We lost 1,800 men, but I know we got ripped a little bit probably on casualties and what we captured here, but if we'd fought that, it would have been a waste of time, a complete waste of time. They would have pulled straight out of there. So what's going on here then? They're just going to march past our boys, I guess. And we'll just let them go. Officer loss report. Oh, great. Fitzhugh Lee killed in action. 2 other guys wounded. I mean, really? Like... Okay, so I'm going to have to replace those boys. Well, I'm not sure, unless he was replaced automatically, I guess, but I'm not seeing him anywhere, or anybody else who needs replacing for that matter. Ah, but the guy from the Florida Brigade, he was wounded, and he's been replaced with Winston, who is not getting that command. Absolutely not. Do we have another commander from Florida available? Let's have a look. We've got a couple of guys. Davis, I mean, doesn't look very good. Well, Davis it is. There you go, let's see if he gets better. Alright, so that was that. It wasn't great, if I'm honest, but, you know, I think we're alright for officers. They must have been replaced. I'm a bit gutted that Fitzhugh Lee got killed. McGowan now has a couple of guys ready. Of course, weapons is still a problem. We're waiting on our weapon deliveries, which are taking a long time. And what's happening here? Oh, is this the fort? Yeah, that's the fort battle still. Okay. And we've still got the Jamestown second-rate steamer, which is still repairing. It's still only at 47%. Got some more guns on their way to join Beauregard. 16 guns to be precise. 24-pound howitzers under de Polignac. To join Archer and French, who also have 24-pound howitzers. So that's going to take them up to 30 guns. Well, more actually. 42 total. We also have another cavalry regiment ready under Bowen. Let's get them moved out. Takes Canty's division. Well, it's more like a brigade of cavalry, I guess, because there's 3 regiments in it. 1,500 men. That's not bad. Poorly armed, but, you know, that's fine. So our little foray up into Missouri has caused exactly what I wanted to happen. They've moved armies down here to try and stop us. 5,500 men, Army of Southwest Missouri. 12,000 men, Army of the West. And the Army of Tennessee is here as well, with about 20,000 men. The problem is, of course, if they come and attack us at Little Rock or somewhere like that, that's what's going to start causing us some problems. But I think it's kind of a risk worth taking at the moment. And all these troops here are obviously troops that are not in our main area around Tennessee and Kentucky. Okay, so I'm going to send Joe Johnston up here, and we're going to have a little offensive. We're going to see if we can take on the Army of the Ohio. Not that way, though. Oh, hang on. That's the Western District, man. That's the actual HQ. The French being repulsed in Mexico. Okay. I'm going to move on Cincinnati, Ohio with Beauregard. Just see what happens. I'm hoping this is not all mistakes. Hang on, so we're in a battle at Washington again, and battle at... What's happening here? How are they here? How have they captured this depot? I mean, fuck. So what battle is this? What is that even happening? Just going to give out some of these Augustin rifles. Okay, that's a few units with without mixed muskets now, but we still have some. I don't know what's happening in Virginia. This is a bit of bullshit, really. I mean, let's see if Jackson can resolve this. They're burning that depot down. I mean, honestly, and now this one's back in their hands as well. What? This is just absolutely ridiculous. Ah. So he's come down with Cadwalader and a sizable force. So we are outnumbered here. Let's fight this battle. I'm hoping for a good one. It's at Ohio. Whew. It's been really annoying, backwards and forwards. And I mean, how did the Army of the Potomac manage to slip past our lines and capture the depot and burn the depot and just like, you know, it's just piss off, man. Anyway, we're outnumbered a bit here, so let's see how this goes. It's a defensive scenario for us. Big Creek Ridge. All right. Well, we've got a couple of objectives. Wheeler's Crossroad and Jordan's Ridge. The Battle of Cincinnati. Let's hope for a good fight here. I would like to see a good fight happening. We've got a bit of a wall or fence line, which would be handy for part of the defense. Hunter's Ridge here with some woods through it. Let's just get one out of the HQ. It's quite dense terrain. Is this a road or... Yeah, it's a road. Alright. Yeah, still some boys with mixed muskets, but, you know, it is what it is. First combat for a lot of these troops as well. I don't think it's for all of them, but let's just have a quick run through. Maybe it is. Yeah, it looks like it's their first fight all together. Jeez, okay. I'm sure the Union is in a similar position, but this is the first fight for all these boys, so these are green troops. Ah, and the other artillery battery hasn't arrived yet either. All right. Okay, let's get these boys set up. Let's see where the Union's coming in from. From here. I mean, is there something that's changed in this game? Like, look at this arc of fire. These are Springfield rifle muskets, and we've only got this. Yet if we move them somewhere else, he gets this. There's no hill there or anything. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to fire here. I mean, what's blocking it? Nothing. We're down here at ground level. There's nothing at all that should stop them from firing there. Look at this shit. These guys got no problems firing through the trees and whatnot. And then again, we've got like howitzers which fire. I mean, if you don't know, I mean, I'm sure most of you do, but they fire in a trajectory up and over. So why can they not fire past this? This is all stuff that they need to fix in this game. They need to get this sorted out. I can't be the only one who gets annoyed with this stuff. Like, there's no way that they shouldn't be able to fire over those defences. It's just... They're even up on a little hill. Like, look at this shit. Look at the gaps in this. I mean... Why can we not fire here? Like, what the... Whoa, you can't fire over a creek. Anyway, so I'm going to pop Archers boys here. It seems to get a better arc of fire. They can stay there. Cavalry can be kind of guarding our left flank. There's not much of a reserve. We're spread out a bit. We've got some troops over on the far right. I've got guns out here on the flank. Let's see how this goes. We'll see what happens. Let's get started with the battle. Obviously, we can do a bit of repositioning if required. That's no problem. We're starting the fight at 6 a.m. Skirmishers. Send them out to have a look-see. First Cavalry, 600 men. Infantry following on, 3rd Brigade. Yeah, we've got a fairly heavy skirmisher screen going out. Looks like their whole force might be coming down this way, which is fine. So the skirmishers engaged at range. Hopefully they've got poorer weapons than us, so we can give them some fire before they can get in range of us. Colquitt with some Hall rifles. Anderson skirmishers with Lawrence rifles. We are starting on a minor defeat here. I think it's mostly for morale since we're invading Ohio. Yeah, 51 there on 56. Inflicted a handful of casualties. We'll do what we can before their infantry engages us. Taking quite a few casualties actually, more than I thought we would. The cavalry's been forced back, 65 casualties there. Artillery taking casualties as well. As far as I can see, we have not lost anyone yet in that fight. We've got some skirmishers coming through the woods, so if Breckinridge's skirmishers can ambush these guns, that would be excellent. More artillery. We're going to start losing men here soon. But they've done a phenomenal job of these guys. And we can see their whole armies forming up here. So infantry brigades, more infantry arriving. So it looks like they've got 9 infantry brigades, give or take. Plus some cavalry and artillery support, of course. Hopefully they have not spotted Breckinridge's skirmishers and we're going to hit these artillery guys in the flank. Still doing alright, we've not lost anyone. I thought Anderson would have took casualties there. The thing with the Hall rifle is they go through the ammunition so quick because they fire fast. They're going to take fire from the 2nd Brigade as well. But this skirmish screen has done a nice job here on May the 16th. We've got Chalmers boys moving up to give some extra fire. Ah, here they come. They're going to push us away. Let's pull the skirmishers back. Or at least these ones. Yeah, Breckinridge just took a few casualties here, but that's fine. As long as they're inflicting some, yeah, 25, nice. Coulter can actually stop his withdrawal now. We don't need him to withdraw. They didn't quite press home. So let's stay here and do what we can. Nice job from Breckenridge's guys. They've sent them packing. Ah, here's another division. Just why? Why have you got to do this? Alright, so they are advancing now. Yeah, it's time to go. Once you start engaging a full brigade, it is time to go. Go, 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 go. I doubt the skirmishers will make it back, but I mean, they've done an awesome job here, to be honest. They've inflicted 350 casualties on them. Wreaked havoc amongst their artillery. Ah, but they are going to break. Never mind. Good job, boys. Maybe we can get Fagan's skirmishers engaged and let these guys slip away. I'm not sure though, but either way, they've done a nice job. All three of these units, or actually all 4 or 5. Let's send Breckenridge back. Yeah, they're broken. Damn it. 16 casualties there, 19 and 11. So, I mean, obviously bad news for those guys, but that was nicely done. Not only that, but we've actually drawn a couple of their brigades into the woods, which is going to disorganise them and means they take time to get forward, all while they're going to be taking fire from Fagan's riflemen. It actually looks like they're going to launch through the woods here with everything they've got. Let's reposition Walton over here. So we've still got Fagan and Breckenridge slowing them down, drawing them into the woods. I've told Fagin to withdraw now back towards his commander, but whether he will or not, let's find out. Yeah, time for Breckenridge to go as well. Nice job, boys. Walton's repositioned himself towards our right centre. We're building a couple of parapets here with the cavalry dismounted. Ooh. So he's broken. I don't really know why he's broken. Only has 4 men. Breckenridge still there with 14. It's just one of them things. Your men always seem to break easily. Yeah, broken. Alright. Just panicked, I guess. Alright, let's pull these boys back, or let them pull back, and then let's see what the AI has to do. It would have been handy if we could enter these buildings. That's not something I often do, but that would have been good. It looks like he's going to strike us here anyway, after all. It's going to be Anderson's brigade, Lane's brigade, and probably Colquitt's brigade are going to take the brunt of this first bit of the action. Probably. We'll see. Yeah, they're going to hit our flank quite hard, I think. Okay, so we're going to take a slight risk here. I'm going to move Fagin's brigade back. Bit of a standoff. Long range fire from Fagin's skirmishers. Fagin's brigade are just here in reserve. I'm going to move them up actually. Maybe I'll put them on this line rather than the cavalry. I'm going to move the guns from the far right. I mean, they're doing nothing there. Breckenridge is going to stay on our right as a guard. Here we go. Skirmishers are engaged. Now these boys, I'm just going to let them fight it out until They run, basically. They're just slowing them down. John Hunt Morgan here with his regiment. Some pretty crazy heavy fighting. Some skirmishers. Colt gets holding off thousands of them, literally. Walton done an alright job here on the far left. Morgan's boys are holding, but not for long, I don't think. Oh, these damn muskets, the range sucks so much. Morgan's almost routed here, he's flashing. Hold on. New brigade coming, the West Virginia brigade. Look at skirmishers still holding these guys off. Idle, like they can't get a shot. Okay. Howitzers can't get a shot. Ridiculous. There goes Morgan. Weisiger not far behind him. He only took 82 casualties, but you know, that's how this game works. So they've allowed thousands of troops to be stalled and bogged down here by skirmishers, which is, I mean, that's fine. That's absolutely fine with me. I'm going to press forward with the lane. It's a slight risk here. I wish they would just do as they're told. Okay, Lane, come on. Blast him out of here. Oh, come on, Walton. Hold firm, you're fighting 500 men. What the hell, man? I know it's their first fight, it's also their first fight. More men routed. This is a problem on our left. Breckenridge's arrival in their flank has caused them issues. However, they've got 4 brigades here pushing down. Ah, Fagan skirmishers are running. Alright, so advancing the lane here I think has alleviated the problem sufficiently. Breckenridge is pulling himself out of there. Excellent. This is going to leave Fagan on our left flank, and I'm going to move Lane across here to add his fire to this. I would say Lane has been the MVP. Our superior weapons here, with Fagan armed with Mississippi rifles, is causing him some problems on their right, on our left. Some pretty good job here. Where are you going? I was just interrupted by a phone call, so I've got a slight flow problem, but we'll get back into this. So I think the battle's almost done here. I mean, it feels like we're pushing them back. Okay, boys, let's keep up the pressure here. Chalmers hasn't even been engaged, just his skirmishers. Ah, so we're out of range. Okay. Move forward, please. The 2nd Brigade is marching straight into a whole bunch of flanking fire and fire from Culkett's Brigade with their Hall rifles. This should be giving them all kinds of problems. Oh, Walton's actually reformed. Nice job, Walton. Not often that happens. Yeah, nice. That's excellent. After them, boys. Come on. Why is it guys also reformed? Jeez, but they're retreating now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, look at this. This game has been out now for so long, and it is in full release, and look at this. Honestly. It never ceases to amaze me that the problems that this game has. This is really basic stuff. I mean, come on. So hopefully I'm going to be able to close out of this battle, because it's not looking too likely. So I'm actually going to just save it just to see, just in case anything happens. Except I can't. Can't even save it because... Oh. Excellent. 3rd Brigade has surrendered. Alright, so it closed out anyway, thankfully. 1,700 casualties and 6,500 for them. A minor victory. I mean, that does not seem very minor to me. Just outside of Cincinnati, Beauregard has managed to hand Cadwalader's arse back to him. 6,500 casualties, half their guns lost for 1,700. I'll take that. Colonel Gregg has become famous as an inspiration. He's still a colonel, but he's a division commander. I'm going to bump him up to Brigadier General, I think. For anyone interested, anybody who's been watching this series for a while, I assume you're interested in the American Civil War. And I've been having a lot of fun making some shorts on some generals and some photography from the Civil War. I love photography from the American Civil War. It's one of those things that really brings history to life for me. I love seeing that kind of thing. Anyway, so I've done a few shorts videos, so if you like that kind of thing, why not check them out? Colonel Gregg becomes a hero. Colonel Steedman loses face. That's one of their boys. The Battle of Cincinnati has ended with the Army of Ohio retreating in panic. My commanders earned a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered 6,728 casualties, 754 killed, 1,934 captured to bump into our already overcrowded prison camp, which is almost at 12,500. So even when the upgrade comes through, that's only 15,000, so it's still almost going to be at capacity. We captured 3,828 rifles and 11 guns. We lost 1,715 men, 256 of those killed. So, I mean, it could be worse. So, presumably, they're going to come down at us with the Army of the Cumberland and probably this 30th Army as well. The Army of the Illinois, which is spotted up here as well. I'm going to send Polk up here to help reinforce Beauregard. I know he's only got 3,500 men, but, you know, that's still better than them not being there. So, why don't we have a quick look at the weapons, see what we captured there. Right, we've got a couple of thousand rifle muskets. Other than that, nothing too exciting. Some 12-pound Napoleons, maybe 12-pound field guns, I'm not sure, and a handful of Springfield muskets. So pretty poor haul overall, but you know, it could always be worse. And now, like I always say, those weapons are better in our hands than in the Union hands. 34 national morale, so we are heading in the right direction. The war is heading towards a conclusion unless the AI does something spectacular and pulls his finger out, but you know, who knows. Anyway, like I say, I'll link some of those shorts, or maybe a playlist for the shorts, for the historical content at the end of this video, as well as obviously the usual link to the playlist of this series. And I'm going to call it a day here. This was a bit of a strange episode. We had a few annoyances, like losing that depot at Manassas. I mean, things like that really bug me, but we captured the enemy capital. We've defeated the enemy on their soil. In the process of taking Cincinnati. It's going well. So whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.